looking for your opinion. Heading to a con in a few weeks. Can't choose between Batman Adventures 12, Batman 191, Edge of Spider-Verse 2. Usually I go with and then it's cut off. So, I mean, it's hard to say. Like for me, I don't ever really target like a specific book because you never know what's going to be available, what the prices are going to be. I mean, for me, like those are all great books. I mean, there's nothing you could really go wrong with any of them. I mean, it's possible some of them could be dropping in price still. I did talk about Batman Adventures 12 in my recent modern video, if you want to go check that one out, as well as Edge of Spider-Verse 2. And so that could maybe give you some insight on which ones seem to have better value right now. So I'd recommend going and checking out that video. The final part of it is actually over on the Fanalytics channel, if you want to go check out the full complete part of that video. But for me, really, it's what's available at that time and what's being asked. Because say, there's a Batman Adventures 12 and there's a 9.8 or something, but at the show they're selling it for $4,000 when it's going for around 2,500 to 2,800 right now. Even if I told you, I'd buy the Batman Adventures 12, I sure as hell wouldn't buy it for $4,000 for a 9.8. So it's hard to really say like what you should buy, because it is really dependent on what is available at that show and what people are asking. And because I think you've commented before or something, and I thought you were maybe going to New York Comic Con, and prices can be real high at New York Comic Con. So just, be aware of that. Like you can find deals, I'm sure there. But I mean, that's one of the biggest cons, and the bigger the cons, the more expensive they can often be. So it really depends. That's all I can really say, is it depends. But I would go check out that modern video that I did, because I did talk about 2 of those books there, and that should hopefully give you some insight. Dan says, if I went to New York Comic Con, I wouldn't expect to find any deals. I'd only go there if I had serious money to spend. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a person that goes to cons very often. I go to the local one that's around here. I tend to go each month. I've missed a few, but yeah, the bigger the cons, I just generally hear that the more you're going to pay, because the dealers that are there, they spend a lot of money to get there. They've got a lot of expenses just in being set up, and so I mean, I understand, but I don't want to pay those prices either.